The baritone ukulele is its own divisive beast in the music world. Lying somewhere between a guitar and a ukulele, it has its detractors who see it as pointless, and that included me for a time. I got bitten by the baritone bug, and although this isn't my favourite one, it's one I don't think I can ever part with. This is Gear Profile. Hello, I'm Marc Gallagher and welcome to Gear Profile, where I take a look at a piece of gear that I have and love and I tell its story, why it speaks to me, and of course give it a little play. Today we're looking at my Pono ABD baritone ukulele. I first came across baritone ukuleles in general at my local uke club, and for the odd songs where I'd try one, it was a bit of a learning curve trying to transpose on the fly. I'm not going to lie, I initially considered baritones to be a bit pointless. Why buy one when you can just get a guitar and lose two strings, or better yet, just learn guitar? But now I concede that it truly is its own thing. The first turning point for me came in the form of Charlotte Pelgin's Martin baritone. I've told the story before, but in 2019 I played my friend's vintage Martin and it just resonated with me in a profound way. It opened my eyes to what a baritone ukulele can do. In 2020, as we're all trying to adjust to life under lockdown, I enjoyed the baritone uke sound from artists like Kit Luke and Danielle Ate the Sandwich, and I fancied the chance of challenging myself musically. After enough saving, in December I took to the likes of Sydney Ukulele Store and World of Ukes, and it was at the latter where I secured this ABD. I'm also grateful to MySci who sent me a pickup for just the cost of postage. As my first baritone, it's nice and it has some lovely things about it, however it wasn't my favourite uke. I'll get to the cons later, but this uke still was a major part of my career. I played it when I supported Jake, I used it to write and record songs like Sad Elephant, I'm So Glad You're Still Here, and Candlelight. That being said, in 2023 I functionally replaced this with a longer scale Pono baritone, one that will get its own episode for sure. Unfortunately for me, last year I caused some considerable damage to the ABD. An acoustic panel, specifically this one that rests on the radiator, it fell from its post and onto the ukulele. There are cracks all around the sides, and as such, it's a uke that I can now never sell. It mainly lives now strung as a re-entrant baritone, strung with a high D for occasional noodling and experimentation, and currently it lives in baby tuning, and it's a really nice uke to have even if I don't take it to gigs more. This is the Pono ABD, which stands for Acacia Baritone Deluxe. It's all solid acacia with a mahogany neck and ebony faceplate. Its deluxe features compared to the regular AB model is the gloss finish, which allegedly brightens the sound, but also it just looks really nice, especially with the grain of this acacia. I fit a MySci pickup as mentioned before, no real mods to speak of like in past episodes because that's not really a thing in ukuleles unlike electric guitars. I picked this uke up because I needed it to be all solid, I trusted the Pono brand, and I'd heard good things about acacia. After all, koa is vaunted and that's a type of acacia. If only that didn't bite me on the backside. I've heard koa and acacia described as sweet sounding, and I think that's a good descriptor, but I don't think such a sweetness suits a baritone ukulele. For me, and for my tastes, I think that the perfect baritone should sound warm, thick, and clear. You need a good balance of lower frequencies with note definition, especially if you're playing solo. But the way the sweetness of acacia manifests itself is in this mid-rangey muffled quality. The notes sound a bit like there's a blanket in front of it and that can leave them undefined. I'll compare it briefly with my other baritone. That one has a cedar top and mahogany back and sides. You'll also have to put the high D and low D contrast to one side, but here's what that sounds like. The ABD sounds a bit squashed, whereas the bigger cedar one has a bigger thickness and a clarity to the tone. There's a thing to be said about playing styles as well. I find that to do the same boisterous strumming on a tenor or smaller just simply doesn't sound right on a baritone. Baritones like to be treated gently. They love finger-picked and small thumb and strum kind of playing styles. Maybe this acacia would work on smaller scales, but I don't really have much experience with that kind of thing. Plugged in, I also find this ukulele a little difficult. Generally, when I'm plugging it in, the lower wound strings are very responsive, but the unwound higher strings are much less so. This is really infuriating when I'm trying to play fills on the higher strings, only for them to go completely unheard. I've been told that this is simply a symptom of baritone ukuleles due to the stringing, and it's proved another reason why I started falling out of love with gigging with this uke. To be fair, they do have a point about baritones and how they work with pickups. I've got the same experience on my larger baritones, such that I added a second pickup in, which is a microphone internally, which is mainly there to capture some of the higher resonances of the higher strings. So there is a point to be said there. I've not done such a treatment with this baritone ukulele, and yeah, I'm probably not going to at this point. Overall, this uke is good, if not exactly perfect. I made an informed decision based on what I could see, hear and read at the time. Due to those times, I wasn't able to go out and try a few ukes before buying. Maybe if I had, I might have picked up a different baritone. But as my first baritone, this is lovely, even if it was one that was eventually succeeded by a uke that's a bit more me. Due to the damage that I've done, I can never sell this uke, and now it lives as a uke in high D for occasional experimentation. That being said, this was a very important uke for me and my career, my gigs, and my songwriting. It challenged my prior notions on the baritone ukulele, and it helped me to find and write some music that I truly love. My name is Marc Gallagher, and this has been Gear Profile. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any thoughts down in the comments below. You can also follow me on your social media of choice at Marc Gallagher Music, and consider supporting me on Patreon. For now, I'm Marc Gallagher. Like the video if you want, share if you feel compelled to, and follow me on places. I'll catch you down the road.